Hello, my Astro family. This is Lada from astrolada.com, and today I have three good news for you. The first one is that I'm back doing monthly horoscopes, obviously, yay! After a few months break. The second good news is that August will be so much better than crazy July with all the eclipses in July, all the sun opposition, Pluto, Saturn, all the retrograde planets. August will give us a break. August will be time when the winds are changing and turning for us. Jupiter and Mercury are turning direct, and we have a conglomeration or stellium of planets in a very positive sign. And the third good news is that I finally completed and I'm ready to release my predictive astrology course. It's based on techniques from all types of astrology, ancient, modern, Vedic, Western, the predictive techniques that I have found out work the best. And basically I give you all my secrets. It's about 12 hours. It was part of it is from the retreat that I just did, professional quality, and part of it is recorded in the studio. So, and I'm giving it for 50% off to the first 100 people that order it. And I'm adding also for the first 100 people that order it, another course of mine, which usually costs $200, but I'm adding it for free, 60 most important transits. And this predictive course will teach you all my secrets. Transits in particular, we focus in particular on solar returns and progressions and dashes. So lots of interesting information. Uh, and now let's start with the 12 signs and predictions for each sign. Cancer this month should be quite practical and materially successful for you. Let's see why. Look at that. All the planets are basically the most important planets. This month are going to be in financial or material houses. They're called earth houses for you. This is Cancer. We have going to have the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and Jupiter in your second house and in your sixth house. And these are the most important planets because, first of all, we have Mercury going direct. First of all, it's actually, let's talk about that. It's first retrograde, but from the 1st of August, it becomes direct in your sign Cancer. So, especially those Cancers that are born in the last 10 days of Cancer, last 10 degrees, they might have had some things get more complicated, some miscommunication, misunderstandings with others. Sometimes even fights can happen when Mercury goes retrograde because things in July this has been happening because things that were buried for a bit, they get said, things from the past get brought up. Also, you might have been reevaluating and rethinking the whole direction of your life or what you want to do, especially with the more practical business side of your life, with associates and connections, Mercury, with people that you allow in your life as well. It's a social planet. So if there was some delay for your personal plans that you wanted to do, now Mercury starts moving direct, or maybe sometimes when Mercury is retrograde in your sign, what happens is that you have to work very hard using three times more efforts using your skills because you're working on some mercurial projects, which is mental, which is using either the hands or the mind or the speech, something connected to planning, to organizing. But while Mercury was delayed, you had to, things were not happening according to plan. Things were not, you have to, you always have to be ready with plan B, with plan C. There was frustration there, let's say. The least to say, there was frustration because things didn't work out as you expect according to plan. But Mercury starts moving direct in your sign, so all those complications, whether technical, communication, administrative of any sorts, or business, they come back to normal. Everything you get sorted out. You have fixed the problem. So till the first 10 days of August, all such problems should be resolved and they are part of the past. Or maybe you see the results of a certain project of rearranging or editing something that you've been working on. You start seeing the results pay off. And then Mercury enters your second house and joins all of those planets in August again. But Mercury was retrograde for a bit in July in your second house as well. Maybe there was too many spendings. Maybe there was some complications financially as well, that you had to reevaluate your budget, how you spend money, to start doing things differently than other times. My husband is Cancer, and when Mercury went retrograde, we were told we have to keep all the receipts and stuff. So we've never been so anal about, all those things. So he's learning to do that. Mercury retrograde, you have to do something differently, how to operate with money. and resources, and there's been some delays with money and frustrations with payments and stuff like that, and the banks, like, they're keeping the money and all those kind of second house financial material, and a lot of spendings that have been happening since Mercury went retrograde, and changing how we're making money, how we're spending money. And when Mercury goes direct into the second house as well, all things will come to normal. They'll settle, hopefully, with a better financial system after you have reevaluated your finances and resources and possessions. So it's no longer risky financially after that. It's no longer full of surprises. But look, Mercury is going to join so many planets in a second house, Cancer. Mars is there, Venus, the Sun. There will be You'll be spending still, but this is more like not to fix problems, but you'll be spending for things that are like future investments because they're all moving forward. Also, you can be very motivated and driven to generate more financial resources, so to procure or to buy or to own something that you consider valuable, something that you consider expensive. The Sun is the strongest planet there this month because the Sun rules Leo, so it's its own sign, so it's going to manifest the strongest. So it's almost like and the Sun rules expensive, big things. So some of you might be spending money on that, or acquiring something that you consider very valuable and expensive as well. But of course, Mars is there, some impulsivity with spending is there, but somehow it doesn't destabilize your resources anymore in August. More like an impulse buying. And it's good for buying, for example, technology of some sort. Mars rules machineries and stuff like that. Buying things for studying, or Mercury for business, investing in beauty, buying beautiful clothes, investing in food, and such kind of stuff. Uh, so, there's a lot of focus around securing material stability. The second house, though, is also family. So you can see that there's a lot of activity going on with family and close people, members of the family as well. Um, yeah, so it's kind of very practical house. So your mind is on the money, as they say. And another good news is that Jupiter is turning direct as well in your sixth house. And the sixth house and it was retrograde for a few months. And let's see what could it happen. Sixth house is the house of to perfect your business, to perfect your skills, to perfect um, you know, your your environment in some way. So Jupiter will give you it again, will get more energized from the middle of August for you to be more organized, more orderly of some sort. Again, it's very practical, you see, and it's work. If there were some delays or complications with work, or some work project you've been working on that you have to put three times more effort and three times more energy, three times more, it's harder when a planet's retrograde, three times more effort there. And now Jupiter from the middle of August starts moving direct. So maybe finally you see the results of that job. Maybe you've been applying for jobs, or maybe your job became stagnant, and now you're gonna see the results. Maybe you get accepted when Jupiter moves direct in your sixth house. You've been looking for jobs. Finally, you can now get a job, for example, if there was a stagnation there, or if you're working on some project, you can start seeing finally the results. And sixth house is any work projects, and depending what your work environment is. If you've been trying to expand your work, your office, your business, and maybe there was some delays there. If you're trying to expand whatever the business brand, and there was some delay, but now Jupiter starts moving direct and you will start seeing the growth and the expansion. If there was some health complications and unclarity in regards to your health, when Jupiter starts moving direct, you will notice that you'll start getting the answers, or that these things will start getting resolved and dissolved, basically. So you're going to have progress to move forward with certain complicated health issues. Sixth house is also in ancient astrology any quarrels, enemies, court cases that you're fighting with someone in court. If there was some delay, when Jupiter starts moving direct, the winds of change. This is gonna start shifting in the opposite direction from what they're moving till now, how they were going on till now. Um, yes, so that's job, that's health we talked about. This is employees, if there are some complications with employees. and people that work for you when Jupiter starts moving direct again, or the health of pets and animals. When it starts moving direct, those things start improving and moving forward. They're not going to be the same anymore. A change in direction. Hey, and also sixth house is problems, fixing problems and things like that. So if you've been working hard on getting more knowledge and understanding Jupiter about fixing certain unbalanced situation in your life, whether it's health, whether it's unbalanced relationship, whether it's animosity, whether it's other problem like of different nature, that creates you stress. Well, sixth house rules all the stressful situations and debt. If there was some debt that was stagnating, ability to pay that debt, Jupiter starts moving direct, and you have more different opportunities and options, and it will start moving that you can move forward with certain debt. But it's also debt towards others that the sixth house rules, like a debt and duty. For example, like very heavy duties at work, or very heavy, because Jupiter expand those things, or very heavy duty towards someone in need that you've been having, and Jupiter starts moving direct, and it's as if you're gonna be liberated or released from some of that debt, or you kind of are paying it off more and more, and things start shifting there and moving in a different direction. So you see, if it's about work and money, I think you can receive a lot of passion, a lot of help, financially, materially, to to improve things, to perfect things around you, to make to to arrange your life in a better way, and to receive more stability as well. So this is what I see the main. Of course, Saturn is still in your seventh house, but you see the more important things with relationships, that they're gonna happen more in the next month in September, because Saturn is gonna start moving direct in your seventh house. But it's like this month is you putting order around you, you're preparing yourself stably, with more stability, and you're grounding yourself, you're more grounded, and you have passion for money, for work. And then next month we're going to speak about next month when it comes. So thank you so much, Cancer. And of course, things are much more peaceful than in July. There was eclipses in July. In your first house, in your seventh house, it was chaos. Maybe with relationship, with your important life decisions that you had to take, which were life changing in regards to your future. Now in August, you're gonna start consolidating them. The second house, those to make it, to materialize them. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next month.